Yes, this is Danny Pepperseed representing for World of Reggae, and we're in Breda, the Netherlands tonight, together with Protoje, Proto Diggy. How you doing?
I'm great, man, great. Good vibes. Last show for a while, so good vibes, you know.
Yes, it was a great show. You did a lot of songs from your new album, The Ancient Future, and well, basically the last time we did catch up, that was at Reggae Gay last year, and we were talking about like the album being recorded at that point. So the album is out there right now. So what's the first response that you've been getting?
It's been great. It's been overwhelming. I mean, so much people have been giving me a strength about the album. It's been #1 in the US Billboard. It's been doing great. Like lots of songs off it, people are really connecting with. So I give thanks.
Yes, of course, a few songs dropped already, like Who Knows, the combination with Chronics, Styling, and also like Answer to Your Name, that was dropped like in January, early February, just before the album got released. But the album has a different sound towards your compared towards your previous albums. So how was it to work with Winter James, who is basically like the main producer together with yourself for this project?
It was amazing. Winter is like a really smart person. He's a genius level musician, and we both knew the type of sound we wanted to accomplish. We worked very well together, lots of give and take, and I really feel that it's the start of something real positive. And sonically, he knew exactly what to do to get the sound I wanted. We wanted heavy drums, heavy bass line, and when it comes to drums, he really knows what he's doing there. So it was really a good process.
Yeah, definitely, because talking about sound, like Winter is one of the few producers right now who has a real sound for himself, and he created that with only like a couple of releases. Well, he did a Rootsman rhythm with the big tune by Chronics and Jesse Royal and Iba Mar and Torres and John 9. Then, of course, the Militancy rhythm that you worked with him as well. You have a song on that rhythm too. And then, of course, all of a sudden there was Who Knows, which was, I think, safely to say, the tune for 2014, you know. So the sound that you got on the album, was it a sound that you were basically looking for yourself?
Yeah, well, the sound on the album is a sound that both of us really went in and tried to craft. You know, like I had the idea of what I wanted stuff to sound like. I heard Rootsman and know that, okay, this was kind of the sound I was looking for. You know, save some differences, obviously, but we basically sat down and were formulating in our minds a sound way before we started to do any work. We spent months figuring out which samples we wanted to use, the type of sounds we wanted, the type of drums, the type of dub effects, all of that. So it's a thing that we really spent a lot of time trying to figure out the exact sound. Then little by little we started to get it, you know. But as I said, like he really knew how to bring to life what I wanted to hear, and he was already on to what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, and you know, as with your previous albums, you're always trying to capture a little bit of stuff that has been done already, like sampling or borrowing from reggae legends. Now, one of the samples that you're using for the song I already mentioned, like the Answer to Your Name, is like a Prince Basta. How did you come up with that idea to go for that particular Prince Basta song?
That was sent to me by a producer called Louis Planter. He sent it in about 2010. So I've had that sample from before my first album. So I always wanted to use it. I knew I was going to use it, but I wanted to wait until I could make it sound the way I wanted it to sound. So it was really his idea. Then I brought it to Winter. Winter loved it. And Winter did over the drums on it. You know, reach up the samples. And Kongs played drums on it actually in Amsterdam at Red Bull Studio, and he played live drums. And then we recorded it. It was really a long process, you know, over 5 years, but I just knew that once that song came out, it would have an impact. So I told Louis to be patient. Yeah.
Nice. Well, like another sample that you use on the album is a sample by Zappo, Bubbling Over. You do that, and you use that for the track Bubbling, Bubbling Chalice. Now, it might be a coincidence, but well, a couple of years ago, Calibots, he borrowed like a sample of Zappo as well for his big ganja tune, Come Around.
Sure.
So now you use Zappo again, and also for a ganja tune, you know. Was that at purpose?
Not really, but I knew that Calibots used Zappo. So I was listening to the Zappo album one night, and I came across Bubbling, and when I heard the intro, the cha, 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 like I knew immediately I was going to use it. So I actually chopped it up, sampled it, put the drums on it, and I was so excited I called Paris. It must have been like 4 in the morning. I was like, yo, I found this crazy sample. I want some help on it. So he came over, helped me put the drums together a little bit better. And then when it was to a level now, I brought it to Winter. Again, I was like, Winter, I have something I'm working on. I actually wrote the song while I was building the rhythm. And he heard it, he was like, yo, it's really dope. Obviously, though, he wanted to change the drums because he's very particular about how the drums are supposed to sound. So I had no problem with that. And he did the drums on it and made it into what it is now. But definitely, Zappo is one of the best bands I've ever heard play music, believe me. So it's a privilege for me to use one of their samples, and they cleared it, so it's all good.
Yeah, and for the kids who don't know, Beres Hammond used to sing lead vocal in that band, and it also had David Madden on trumpet, and Glenda Costa and Mikey Zappo, of course. So like, great band from the 70s. Check it out, you know.
Brilliant.
Now, like the overall vibe on the album, how I feel it is more like a rubber dub type of vibe. And one of my favorite songs from the album is a song called Sudden Flight.
Yeah.
You performed it live tonight. Well, Jesse Royal wasn't there, but you took care of his parts. And Shay, your backing vocalist, she did Savannah's part, you know. So tell us a bit about that song, because that's using like an old rubber dub rhythm laid by the Roots Radics originally, with Flabba Holt and Style Scott and Steely, produced by Anja Thomas for Anthony Johnson's Gunshot. So tell us a bit about like the background of that track and how you come about with the idea for that track.
Well, that was the Winter's idea. He came up with that track, that rhythm. And actually, Flabba actually played bass on it for us too. So, real Roots Radic sound same way. And he came up with it, and I just immediately, as I got it, I started to write the verse. I wrote my verse. And I knew we wanted a feature. And I was wondering who could hang with me on 16 bars, you know? It's not easy to, to go 16 bars with me. And we already used Kabaka for the flame. He's my go-to person when it comes to rhyming alongside me. Kabaka is always my pick. But he had done the flame already. Chronics I did Who Knows already. So I was like, all right, who can we get? And Jesse Royal is a formidable MC. You know, he's really skilled with it. So he laid the vocals on it. And Savannah also, you know, we wanted to put her on this record because, you know, we're working with her. Her album is up next. And her voice is really the soul that we wanted it to be. So, you know, she came on the track, and it's like a 3. If you see the album, the single cover, we knocked it like Black Uhura's Red. And the video is actually coming out. Maybe by the time you post this up, it should be about ready to drop. So that's a song I really have a lot of faith in, and I'm going to push that one to the max, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And, well, I was in Jamaica when it was first premiered at Dubwise Wednesdays by Yardcore. So I remember he did pull it up like 5-6 times.
He tends to do that. Big up Yardcore, I'm a general. Yeah.
Yes, but, you know, when I listen keenly to the lyrics, it is very catchy, you know, especially like the intro part, like the Lordy Lordy, now join our party, look what the politician them to Claudia, etc., etc. But I was kind of surprised by the type of lyric as well, because like, you know, for a regular listener who don't know about the background of Jamaican politics and Jamaican culture and Jamaican history, the names like Claudia and Jim may sound like just like randomly picked, but you picked them at purpose.
Yeah, well, you know, my dad always told me the story about Claudia Massop, how he got murdered. And then after Claudia was running, you know, the garrison, it was Jim that really, you know what I mean, kind of took over operations, as you may say. And then after that, you know, Dodos, it was, those are the 3 names really, what you would say, identified with Tivoli Gardens. And so I was just kind of throwing some history out there. I like to sing about history. I love history. So I know some people may not get it immediately, but people like you are going to ask me to elaborate on it, and eventually everybody will get what it's about. Yeah.
Yes, well, big tune, so that's going to be the next single for the album. Then the last track that I want to ask you about is a track, Who Can You Call? It's, I think, track number 12 on the album.
11, no, 10.
10.
Only 11 tracks.
And, oh yeah, true. So track number 10 on the album, but it is a track that has a special meaning for yourself. So can you explain that to our viewers?
Yeah, well, this is a song that's really, really close to me. I mean, it's probably my favorite song in writing. Just talking about lots of stuff going through when you're doing music and being in the field that I am in and going where you're going and all the energies that are coming towards you. And it was just me drawing a parallel to even Bob Marley and what he went through, and even when he had to leave, all that he had gained behind in his absolute prime. Watching the documentary, it really touched me, and I started to think about these things. I had hurt my back and I couldn't walk, and one day turned into 2 days, 2 days turned into 3 days, and I started to wonder, suppose I can't, move again. And I wonder what it would be like, and this song was me reflecting and singing about it.
All right. Well, so the new album, Ancient Future, being released on Barco Records in France. I guess you're going to do like a lot of promotion for it right now. So where can the fans catch you, like live, to see you performing songs from the album?
I'm going home for a bit, and then I'm going to come back to Europe in May. Not sure where yet. I mean, the dates are posted. I just can't keep track of them. We're basically running through Europe all summer, doing the festivals, Summer Jam, Ratatam, Outlook, Vina Rock in Spain. Lots of festivals this summer, and really promoting, campaigning the album. You're going to see lots of singles and videos coming out this year also, lots of them, and really, really a strong campaign behind the album, Ancient Future. So go out and get it, and because you don't want to be at the festivals there not knowing these songs, so you don't want to be left behind, be the odd person out,
All right, yes, and at the merchandise stall, I saw already like vinyl copies and CD copies available. So
yeah, vinyl, CDs. You have to have the vinyl, and the lyric books are inside the CDs when you buy them, so you can read all the lyrics and really thorough. Yeah, man.
All right, Proto. Well, thanks for your time, and have a safe trip back to Jamaica tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Give time. Well, actually, I'm going to be in Europe for a little bit, but yeah. Stay a while.
All right.
I'm actually going to UK to shoot the video for Answer to Your Name in UK this week. So, yeah, more videos coming your way. Look out.
All right, this was Danny Pepperseed for World of Reggae.